give and take. After months of blocking Turkey's negotiations to join the European Union and the growing migration crisis, German Chancellor Angela Merkel visited Turkey last week. She offered to help revive the country's stalled talks on EU membership if it helped stem the migrant flow to Europe. Turkey shares a 900-kilometre border with Syria and has borne the brunt of the migrant crisis by accepting 2.2 million refugees. The EU said Turkey is key to solving the crisis. Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan said the EU had woken up too late to his country's importance. The West and Europe's security and stability is contingent on our security and stability, he says. They have accepted this now. In the talks held in Brussels last week, they accepted all of this. If it can't happen without Turkey, why don't you take Turkey into the EU, he asks. With Turkish elections less than a week away, it's perhaps a good time to ask that question. The ruling AK party Erdogan founded is trying to win back the majority it lost in June. But Turkey was not invited to take part in the EU summit on solving the migration crisis. For many Turks, though, travelling to Europe without a visa is a lot more important than EU membership itself. Turkey has stressed the importance of securing what it calls visa liberation for its citizens.
We're joined from Paris by Didier Billion, co-head of the French Institute for International and Strategic Affairs, a specialist on European and Turkish matters. Thanks for being with us, Mr. Billion. For a few years, we had almost forgotten the question about Turkey joining the European Union. The negotiations stagnated. Now, suddenly, against the backdrop of the migration crisis, Angela Merkel has put the bid back on the table. Do you find this political opportunism, or was it already on the European agenda?
It's evident
that it's totally linked to the political context and the migratory challenge posed to the EU. The EU finally understands that Turkey is a country that's indispensable for good balance, not only for the management of migration, but also for a series of other political questions. And as if by chance, Mrs. Merkel has taken the trouble to travel officially to Ankara and Istanbul. The timing is regrettable, because Turkey is in an electoral period. Merkel could have waited till the 1st of November elections had taken place.
Turkey is often criticised about human rights, democracy, freedom of expression, and yet Europe seems to remain inactive in these matters. Has Europe lost interest in these subjects in Turkey?
We can discuss democratic rights, we can discuss curtailment of freedoms. It must be done. Things must not be manipulated. Some people, for instance, say we should break off all relations with Turkey because there are these attacks on human rights. I think that position is totally wrong. It is because there are such attacks that a dialogue worthy of the name must be pursued and relaunched. But we can't have a moral position with regards to Turkey. There must be a political reasoning. That means restarting partnerships, relaunching the negotiation, and in that context, addressing all questions. I am very worried about the policy that the President of the Republic, Mr. Erdogan, moved along by getting good economic results in the past